Whatever you're doing right now, just stop, pause this video, go buy this thing, come back here, and then I'll tell you my 3 favorite things I absolutely love about it. Don't worry, I'll be waiting for you right here when you get back. Hi, I'm Aaron Parecki, and you probably know by now that I am a huge fan of tiny camera gear. And this is the tiniest, most powerful video switcher on the market right now. I just got mine in the mail yesterday and I am so excited to try it out. This is the brand new ATEM Mini from Blackmagic. It's only $295, which if you know anything about this market, you'll know is extremely affordable for what this is. Quick note, this is not a sponsored video. I really am making this video because I am a huge fan of this product. So this is not going to be a video that walks through the entire feature set. I will save that for a different video. So if that's something you do want to see, please let me know down in the comments. So instead, I'm going to focus on the 3 things that make this unique and why I think every creator should add this to their gear. First, and the biggest reason that I think everybody, even professionals, should get this is that it has a scaler on every input. That means you can connect virtually any HDMI source to this thing, regardless of its output frame rate, and it will handle it just fine. On even the more expensive switchers, you often have to jump through hoops to make sure all of your cameras are set to the exact right frame rate, and getting a computer connected usually involves buying a totally separate piece of hardware that does just the scaling. This thing doesn't care what you throw at it. It will normalize everything to 1080p and the same frame rate. Let's try this out right now and go ahead and connect a few cameras to it. So input 4 has my main camera here. This is the Sony a6400 with a 16mm lens, and that gets me this wide shot here. Over here, I've got a Sony RX100 zoomed in a little bit for a close-up shot, and this is connected to input 3. I've got this little camera here as my shot of the switcher itself. This is the Sony RX0. It's about as small as a GoPro, but it's way better quality, and this is on input 2. And lastly, input 1 is this iPad playing a presentation in Keynote. This could also be a computer or a video game console that you're playing a game on. And now already with just these inputs, you can make a pretty high quality live stream. You can switch from your wide shot to your close shot. You can even show the buttons on the switcher here. I can show my screen, and I can even turn on picture-in-picture, and now you see me talking over the slides. That, I think, is already super powerful and will really up your game on your live streams and your webinars. Oh, I know another one we can try. Let me go grab my Switch. And look at that, now we are broadcasting Switch. This is my absolute favorite game right now, Splitter Critters. Everything about this game is just adorable. You have to figure out how to chop up the world to free your friends, so you can like go here and like split the world in half. Connect platforms. I missed that one. You get the idea. It's really fun. Anyway, moving on, and notice that I didn't have to switch resolutions on the cameras or anything to make this work. It handled everything just fine. And that is what happens when there's a scaler on every input of this thing. Okay, next up, audio. On the back, there are 2 audio inputs, and they are controlled by this set of buttons here. You can also mix audio in from any of the cameras, but this gives you 2 separate audio lines you can use to bring in audio from other sources as well. So that means you can use things like wireless mics like this one, or wireless lav mics like the Rode Wireless Go, or a shotgun mic from a camera if you have mounted it on the table, or you can even connect an external audio interface like this Zoom H6 if you want to use XLR mics. Of course, you can play music off your phone as well, but then you're gonna need the little dongle if you have a new iPhone. But really, being able to connect audio sources from things besides cameras opens up a huge range of possibilities for this thing. And that takes us to the next amazing feature, which is the built-in audio mixer. So if you open up the software control panel for this, you actually get access to all the fancy features built into this thing, and there's actually a pretty powerful audio mixer built into this. In fact, it's one that's usually reserved for the higher end models of ATEM switchers. So you can do things like adjust the EQ of each audio source, and it even has a compressor so you can really fine tune your audio to get high quality sound right out of the device without doing any post-production work later. And of course, that also means one less thing to carry around. You don't need to carry an external audio interface because you can just plug your microphones directly into this. All right, now let's talk about outputs. There are 2 different ways to get video out of this. There's an HDMI output, and there's also a USB-C port. The HDMI out will let you connect to a monitor or to an external recorder like this one. And the USB-C port connects to a computer, and then there it shows up as a webcam, just like any other webcam. And that means you can use any app on your computer with this, including streaming apps like Wirecast and OBS, or conferencing apps like Skype and Zoom. You can just go into your normal settings in the app and choose this camera from the menu. And then whatever input you've enabled on the ATEM is what shows up as the webcam in the computer. This is the cheapest way you can start a multi-camera production streaming to YouTube or Twitch, since you can use the free OBS app and get up and running in a few minutes. This also gives you a very easy way to up the production quality of webinars you're hosting, since you'll be able to switch camera angles or even switch between PowerPoint and live coding. There are a couple more ways you can use this HDMI out port, and that requires going into the software control panel. So you can actually change it from outputting the main program feed and instead show the preview feed. And that'll let you do things like preview your green screen effect or your picture-in-picture before you actually push it live to the feed. If you're going to be streaming gameplay on this or feeding a projector in the room, then you'll probably want this last option here, which is Camera 1 Direct. That basically copies the HDMI signal from input 1 and outputs it directly, bypassing most of the circuitry, giving you no latency on the output. That's fantastic for gaming so that you can see the game in real time, but also if you're projecting back out into a room at a small event, there's no delay there either. And then you can turn on picture-in-picture and put yourself down in the corner overlaid on that screen. There are a whole bunch more features in this thing, way more than I have time to cover in this first video. So let me know down in the comments what questions you have, and I will make sure I talk about them in a future video. I am super excited to play around with this thing more, and I'm definitely gonna make more videos on this, so stay tuned. If you are thinking about buying this, please click the link below. It's an affiliate link, and I get a small kickback if you buy it at no cost to you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.